I'ma make a toast cause we still alive. No big, I feel like pop. I shoot the shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot, coming in hot. Shoot that shot, shoot that shot, shoot my nine. Ain't no big, feel like pop. We can't stop. Yeah, coming in hot. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that shot. Hit my nine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fields for today's men's lacrosse contest featuring your Southern Virginia University Knights and the Carthage College Redmen. President Wilcox and the Southern Virginia University staff thank you for your support of the student athletes and coaches participating in today's contest. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, we ask you to respect the following Southern Virginia University event rules. Cheer loudly and proudly for your team, not against the visitors. No profanity, vulgarity, racial or sexist remarks. No personal remarks towards players, coaches, or officials. Show that you know the game. Stay away from the playing area and team bench areas. Zero tolerance for alcohol and tobacco use at all contests. Cheer loudly and proudly for our team and keep it positive for all visitors. Thank you for your cooperation and go Knights! In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by J.C. Winterton. Amen. Now, if you will all please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Good morning, and we welcome you to this free student-run broadcast here at the fields at Southern Virginia University for today's men's lacrosse matchup between Carthage College and your Southern Virginia University Knights. I'm Dawson Weidrich, and with me in the booth today is Josh Nielsen. Good to have you with us, Josh.
It's great to be here.
And again, today we have the Knights and Carthage College facing off here at the fields. It's a good, beautiful morning here, and the Knights kind of struggling in recent weeks. They're on a 4-game losing streak, losing the most recent one on March 13th to Connecticut College, 18-17 in a nail-biter. And just before this game starts, Josh, what are some things that the Knights have not been able to do recently that they can work on here against Carthage College?
Yeah, so I mean, both teams. I mean, with the Knights, they like you were mentioning, they've had the last few games actually been pretty close. I mean, the game before this, it was I mean, towards the end, the other team pulled away a little bit, but with the recent game, but they made it competitive overall. But there are just some little mistakes. Some of the passing and catching wasn't quite as crisp as it should have been. There were some mental errors, like people missing easy passes on man-up opportunities. There's just things that they need to look at where just making sure that they have those fundamentals and they're looking for that open man, which is a big thing when they're on offense. They're able to put up the points when they need to, but they don't tend to have as many offensive possessions because of their face-off game. They don't at X here for face-off. They don't tend to have have the highest winning percentage. They're one of the bottom in the D3 when it comes to winning face-off. So if they're going to win the game, they have to optimize every opportunity that they have when they're on offense.
They really do, and because of that 4-game losing streak, the Knights have dropped to 3-5. They start off the season strong at 3-1, but again, like you said, Josh, have to do some small things in order to get back on the right track. Whereas Carthage College has started off this season 6-1, have been doing an incredible job. They're on a 2-game win streak, and again, come off their first loss just a couple of weeks ago. And Carthage College is a very impressive team, and like you said, the Knights have their work cut out for them here today at the fields.
Yeah, most definitely they do today. But here, as you can see on the fields, we do have our starting lineup coming out here, just for the Knights here, and we should expect this play to get going here pretty soon once they're able to line up and the refs have a word with the players.
And we'll show you some of the starters for Carthage College today. Number 40, Kyle Guthrie. We have number 2, Samuel Jokobowski. Number 11, Noah Linder. Number 25, Aaron Simpson. Number 13, Liam O'Connor. Number 4, Joe Peremba. Number 8, John Farina Morellas. Number 22, Griffin Cleary. Number 41, Colin Portress. Number 24, Andy Soon, who actually leads the team in goals for this season. And of course, for the Knights, have many familiar faces out there, including number 10, Tennyson Schmidt, who is a second leader in goals scored for the season for the Knights with 21. And they also have number 22, Brady Cook. Number 17, Nate Hobson. Number 31, Seth Millington. And also number 15, Kevin Huntsman. Number 45 today for the Knights is Ian RV, excuse me. from Houston, Texas. You've also got number 30, Peyton Kimber. And you also got the leading scorer for the Knights this season, Zach Danneman. And starting off with the face-off today, again, Josh, this is one area that you said the Knights have really struggled with.
Yeah, we'll see how they approach it today. I mean, as you can see, we have number 31 out there for it, Seth Millington. They might be playing more of a defensive style. He's probably maybe just going to lock off, make sure they can't get a fast break, and maybe try to fight for the ground ball off this.
And with that, this game will get underway. And just like that, Carthage College takes the first face-off. And the Knights trying to fight for it. That's number 31 going after it, Seth Millington. And it's just a mad scramble right now. Finally, Carthage College almost gets away. That was number 8. Yeah, number 8 for Carthage. That was John Farina Morales that had it for a split second for Carthage. Tennyson Schmidt working with it now. Almost had a very good look there.
Yeah, that ball just came out of the player's stick. That was number 10, Tennyson Schmidt, who was on crease there, ready to get that pass for a quick goal. But it looks like it was just mishandled there a little bit as he was just trying to get the ball seated and try to play with the goalie a little bit to make sure he had an easy goal, but it just popped out as he was getting ready to take the shot.
It looked like it was a perfect setup. As you mentioned, Tennyson Schmidt was trying to get the assistant to number 16, Zach Danneman, who was, like you said, right on the seam there and right face up with the goalkeeper. Now Carthage College working with it. This is number 3, Brad Dodds.
Good job there by the Knights to play some good defense there to get that ball on the ground. Let's see if hopefully they can come up with it here for us.
Now some nice aggressive defense there by number 13 for SVU. That's Nick Baer.
Yeah, one thing to note, since the ball was never picked up by the Knights, their shot clock never reset, and they are down to their last 15 seconds.
Great save.
Yeah, that was a really good save by RV there. He had a clean look on the player the entire time, was able to track that ball and able to get that off the off hip there.
Falling to the ground is number 30, Peyton Kimber. The ball goes back to Carthage College. Off the post, off to the left side and out of bounds. But it'll stay with Carthage College. The Knights really had a break there as it was a wide open net.
Yeah, most definitely. It's as a player, I mean, you almost expect that was going to go in, but the player from Carthage, I didn't see who it was that took the shot, but he just didn't quite get it on point. I mean, the goalie was kind of still in the angle there to make sure that it was decreased, but just missed it, and they missed an opportunity there to put it away for Carthage.
I believe that was Andy Zoon, the leading scorer for Carthage College, that took that shot. But that one is made by Carthage College by Soon.
Yeah, that was he had a nice outside shot there that he just put into the ground. He bounced it, knowing that redirection was going to have RV. He's going to dip low to try to stop that low shot. But when it came off the turf and back up, it just hit that top corner there that just went in and beat RV.
And so just like that, Carthage College takes the lead 1-0 early on in this first quarter. You saw a lot of great defensive effort there by the Knights. They also caught a quick break right before that with a missed goal, but in the end, Carthage College would end up coming away with the point there.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate on that clear that the Knights had. They had the stop, they had the ball, but they just weren't able to get the player open. The player, it was Peyton Kimber who was carrying the ball, trying to leg it a little bit, and he got double teamed there and got tripped up a little bit and fell to the ground and lost the ball. Unfortunately, I thought that there may have been a trip call there, but it didn't get called by the refs. They obviously let play continue, and Carthage was able to capitalize off that.
So again, Carthage College on the offensive side. We haven't seen the Knights with a real offensive possession yet. Again, it is very early in this first quarter. But that is one thing, as you pointed out, Josh, that SVU has really struggled with, is getting those amount of possessions to give themselves a real chance. And just like that, Carthage College gets another goal, this time behind the stick of number 11, Noah Linder.
Yeah, he was found wide open on the crease right there. There was no one really super close to him when he caught the pass. I mean, there was a defender closing to him as he caught it, but obviously he was able to turn quickly, shoot it, and being 7 yards out from the goalie, you can't really expect RV to stop everything, especially when they're that close to goal, and it just bounced past RV into the net.
And speaking of RV, he is the leader in saves for this Knights team, but coming into this game, he had 121 saves. And so he's been doing a really good job there so far this season. Obviously, that is the reason he has earned the starting job. And of course, right there, just 2 straight possessions with a bunch of shots like that is very difficult to play defense against. As we have another face-off here. And that is Seth Millington coming away with it. The Knights finally get an offensive possession.
Yeah, we're looking at the second one of the day. We'll see what they do. They might try to settle here and get their full offensive squad on the field. As we see, Seth Millington is heading to the box for a sub here.
Peyton Kimber working on the near side. Sean Lamb trying to set up their offense.
Getting a little ISO play here. Yeah, and on the back check there, this looks like that was number 25 for Carthage. That was Aaron Simpson. He was able to get the ball to pop up just on that back check there. Kind of got the back of Sean Lamb's stick, and it just caused the ball to pop out.
He had some great footwork there on defense against Sean Lamb, like you mentioned, in order to get him in that position. So now Carthage College with yet another possession. Already up 2 points to none.
This handled pass, but no one was closing out from the Knights to be able to challenge that ground ball.
And just like that, another goal for Carthage College. It looks like that was number 9, Brody Ilstrup.
Yeah, that was a really good on-the-run shot right there. It's not a very easy shot to take, but he was able to get a little bit of space between him and his defender, and when he took the shot, there might have been a little bit of a screen because it was a little bit far out there. So the goalie, RV, wasn't able to track the ball the entire way, and was able to bounce past him.
And so again, Ilstrup, the sophomore from St. Louis Park, Minnesota, gets Carthage their, keep building on their largest lead of the day, 3-0 over the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights really, they won that face-off last time they were here at X at midfield here, and they really got to capitalize on their offensive opportunities. And right here, like you just saw, the Knights had a great opportunity. They were able to get the ball. They tried to go for a quick score, which isn't a bad idea. But if you got to make sure your passes are on point. If not, you just got to take it back, settle it down, and then play some offense.
And from here in the booth, we could see the reaction of Sean Lim as that shot left his stick. He knew it was too far, and he knew it would be a turnover. And he was frustrated with it. But now the Knights have another chance again with number 7, Isaac DeGarlis, with it. Tries pass in the middle to Tennyson Schmidt as he's fighting for it. And coming into this game, Tennyson Schmidt had 21 goals on the season for a total of 30 points. So one of the great offensive weapons for this Knights team.
Yeah, the Knights, they're forcing it a little bit there. On that last play, we saw that the pass was forced inside to the crease, and there may have been a slight opening, but when that ball has to travel so far, it makes it a little bit easier for the defender to close in on their player and knock the ball down like they did. But that's a great take there by number 14, Chandler Westcott, able to come low off the crease there. As he's coming from X, just driving around the crease and able to put it low between the goalie's legs.
And that puts a little bit of a halt to the frustration for the Knights early on in this first quarter after, again, being down 3-0, adding a goal to close the gap a little bit. And again, you mentioned that was Chandler Westcott, the freshman from Layton, Utah, a transfer from Brigham Young University, able to get that goal.
Yeah, and as you can see, the Knights, they have the capability of scoring when they need to. They just need to make sure that when they are on offense that they take every opportunity to put the ball away and get a goal. They have, this game, they haven't been winning a time of possession game, and that's probably part of the reason why they are down. So they really need to make sure that when they are on offense that they are scoring with every opportunity that they can.
A lot of great physical play happening right now with several Knights in the mix. 3 Knights in that pile there for a moment as Carthage College comes away with it. Working with it now. is number 41, Colin Portrais, or Portress, excuse me.
Yeah, on that face-off, the ball was on the ground for a long time, and both sides were having difficulty trying to get a possession. But just right there, we saw number 42 from Carthage College. That's Ethan Flight. Had no one covering him, and he was on that left wing, and he was able to take a shot there, kind of on the run shot, put it past RV, and it just no one was defending him. I don't know if the defense right now is kind of sleeping. It seems like no one's covering their man the way that they should be. But there was some confusion on that play, and he had an open shot on Cage, and it went in. But it looks like we're going to be going to a timeout here from Carthage took this timeout.
And I think Coach Jason Lamb for SVU is definitely wanting that break a little bit to talk to his players, because again they've seen a lot of frustration earlier on in this quarter, being now down by 3 with a score of 4-1, and like you mentioned, some defensive mind lapses there that led to that wide open shot.
Yeah, and sorry, correction, that was the Knights that took the timeout. The ref had indicated the wrong bench, but it was the Knights that took that timeout.
And yet so far we yet see any action from the leading scorer for SVU, number 16, Zach Denham, and we haven't seen him really handle the ball much. He did have that one opportunity with a pass from Tennyson Schmidt down the seam, but it unfortunately wasn't able to handle that pass. And so look forward to seeing more of the leaders and statistics for this Knights team start to step up here now, being down by 3 earlier on in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was an opportunity that was missed early on in the game. That could have been a huge momentum swing changer for the Knights. But with that missed pass there, with being on right there on crease, able to you would have had a one-on-one with the goalie, or had a one-on-one with the goalie, and just kind of mishandled the ball into his stick right there, and it just popped out. It's unfortunate that happened, because they could have taken an early lead and gotten things rolling from there.
But if there's a coach out here in Division III lacrosse that can help his team turn around with this deficit, it is head coach Jason Lamb. He's had great experience at multiple different levels in the sport, knows how to handle situations like this, knows how to motivate his players, and has just done such a great job as the head coach for SVU in the years he's been here.
Most definitely. He very, very experienced coach.
Another mad swarm for the faceoff as it's picked up by number 30, Peyton Kimber.
Again, Kimber on the fast break there. There was a man open on the crease, but the defender was able to get in the passing lane there and just knock down that pass.
Eventually picked up by Southern Virginia. That was number 32, Sean Lamb, picking it up. But it will go to Carthage College.
Yeah, it looks like there was a violation when the ball was on the ground. I don't know if it was a push in the back or if there was an interference after the ball was picked up. But either way, the ball will be awarded to Carthage College.
One thing that's been impressive to me so far by Carthage College, except for that pass, has been their passing. They've been doing a really good – as soon as I say something, it's the announcer's curse. But Carthage College has just done a fantastic job with passing and ball movement. And just like that, SVU, some fancy ball movement of their own. The assist from Tennyson Schmidt to number 16, Zach Denham, and the leading scorer for SVU. Again, he came into this game with 31 goals in the season with a total of 39 points, and he adds to that just then.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a really good transition play there from the Knights. They were able to capitalize off the missed pass there at midfield and able to get the ball down quickly to Danham in there, who had an opportunity to take a shot, but decided to settle a little bit, and then from there he was able to see, not from Danham, but from Schmidt, who was able to see that Danham was wide open as he was running down, running across the front of the crease, able to pass it there and able to score.
And it looked like an exact replica of that play that was earlier that they missed out on. They tried to run the exact same thing again, and it worked out for them.
Yeah, it was very similar. And it looks like we're going to have a face-off violation here against the Knights. So, again, with the rules implemented, if there are 3 face-off violations and a half, that does result in a man-up opportunity for the other team, or man-down, depending on whoever had that violation was on.
SVU comes away with it. That's number 28, Justin Mitchell, who ended up with it. Now getting to the other side for SVU. Trying to work their way up across midfield.
with that, the substitution there off the box, they're able to help get that ball, make sure that they have another opportunity here.
That's Chandler Westcott, number 14 for the Knights, with it now. Trying to slow themselves down, knowing they're only down by 2 now. Is definitely a manageable deficit.
That's a really great save there from Carthage College there. Number 48, number 40, that is Kyle Guthrie, that he was able to save that, but there is a flag down on the field as it looks like there was a check, and with that, that's a great opportunity because they kind of, with the flag down, where the Knights are able to score there off the crease wrap play there. That's a little frustrating because that's actually on your goalie for Carthage College that got that penalty. It looks like when he was swinging there, he got a slash call called against him. So now the Carthage College is going to have to bring in their backup, and they're going to have to play a man down here.
And that was Zach Denneman again with the goal. Make it a 1-point game. I mean, you mentioned so many times, Josh, that lacrosse can have some of the quickest turnarounds and momentum of any sport. You mentioned many times that lacrosse is the fastest game on 2 feet. And so we've seen it just then, as it was just a few moments ago, 4-1, with Carthage College having complete control of this game. And now it's just a 1-point game.
Yeah, most definitely. Things can switch very quickly, especially once you start getting that momentum, which the Knights are starting to feel it. Their defense is starting to play very well. They're starting to win some face-offs here.
That was number 30, Peyton Kimber, who came away with that one.
And the Knights just settling down a little bit here just to make sure that they can get their offensive unit on the field, especially since they have this man-up opportunity. And it looks like they have 40 seconds still left. This was a slash call, so it was a minute penalty.
And the Knights have a chance here to tie up the game.
Great look there. That was number 20, Cade Rich, with the goal, assisted there down low. I believe that was I couldn't quite see who it was. Let me make sure once they get out of this pile. I think it was number 14 with the assist, which is Westcott. So that's a really good look there from the Knights.
Perfectly drawn up in a perfect situation where basically it is now 0-0. Now Carthage College needs to figure out how they're going to respond to this momentum shift that has gone to the Knights in this face-off.
Yeah, and with that, the penalty is released.
This is number 22, Griffin Cleary, with it. Good move there by Joe Paremba.
Yeah, it looks like there was a violation called against the Knights. I'm not sure what it was. That seemed like that wasn't the best call there. It looks like he was calling against the Knights a hold, but I didn't see what it was. I mean, I think they're calling it because he fell on top of the player, but at the same time, that's part of the sport. There is contact in this sport, but either way, the ball was awarded to Carthage.
Head coach for SVU, Jason Lamb, having a conversation with the ref there for a moment about that call. Obviously very frustrated about it, along with many people up here in the booths. But regardless, possession will be with Carthage College as that one goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a shot taken, but Carthage was there to able to back it up. Looks like they're calling for the double team here with the player at X, but with that,
that one got the SVU bench excited with that save.
Well, with that, what happened? Yeah, with that save, it went off, and then the Knights were the closest to the ball to back it up, so they're awarded possession off that shot.
And that was number 19, Caleb Brody, the goalkeeper, freshman from Fredericksburg, Virginia, who was able to get that save. And the Knights, with this potential offensive possession, have the chance, just as I say it, the Knights turn it over to number 29 for Carthage College, Gavin Kaepernick. I was about to say that offensive possession, SVU had a chance to take the lead for the first time today. But SV will have to have another good defensive possession before they have that opportunity.
And Carthage College there was just settling down to make sure that they had an opportunity, to get their offense out. But that was really good defense there from Peyton Kimber there at the top when number 24, that is Andy Zune for Carthage, had possession there. Made sure he played good body position defense. Great save there by number 19, Caleb Brody. That was a really good save from him. And look at that. With that, we have a quick transition, quick clear for the Knights.
That was number 7, Isaac DeGarlis, almost taking the shot from around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, but with that, it looks like there was a moving pick violation. I can't see what the ref called exactly, but with that, the ball will be awarded to Carthage.
So another missed opportunity there for the Knights to take the lead.
Great follow check there by number 18 from the Knights. Not giving up on that play and making sure that the Carthage has to earn the clear. That was a really good ride there by the Knights.
Pass just a little bit too high, but it ends up with Tennyson Schmidt. The Knights probably looking to clear out here as they're easily outnumbered by the defenders of Carthage College. A fantastic shot by number 32, Sean Lamb.
Yeah, he took that, and he's taken advantage of the rule that's been re-implemented, which is diving into the crease. As long as you're not diving towards the mouth of the goal, which in that case, it's up to the refs in this. That is controversy, but with that, the goal does stand. He's able to dive in. He gets it into the back of the net. Looks like the refs are having a word with Sean Lamb just to let him know, hey, here's kind of the rules with it. But obviously, that goal is going to stand, and the Knights are going to take the lead 5-4.
It'll be the first time the Knights have had the lead in this game with, again, the clutch shot from Sean Lamb. The Knights able to capitalize after a couple of frustrating offensive possessions where they could have done that earlier, but now have the 1-point lead with 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. And that's number 31, Seth Millington, fighting for that face-off, and he ends up picking it up.
But with that, he got possession of it, but that was a good job by Carthage College. They're still playing possession, getting a check on Seth Millington's stick and knocking it out of bounds.
A good job at splitting the defenders there by Carthage College. That was number 22 who did that. That was Griffin Cleary.
And he passed it to number 11, Noah Linder, who's the second leading scorer for the team. And with that, he puts it away top right corner. Now we're back to a tie game. That right there, all goes back. Number 22 split his defenders, and he had that fast break opportunity there against the Knights. And so with that, you have it's a higher chance of scoring for them. And they had that man up opportunity. He found the open man, and he was able to put it away.
That's always the disadvantage in any sport that you look at with double teaming. Well, you can have a great defensive team. When you double team, there's always going to be somebody open. And in that case, Carthage College was able to find that open man and get that point to tie it up, like you mentioned. So now we'll have the face-off here again. The Knights trying to take back control of the momentum, but it looks like it's been swinging slightly towards Carthage College just here in the past few moments. Tennyson Schmidt has it now.
Yeah, the ball rolled close enough to that restraining line, and Tennyson Schmidt had good patience to wait for it to get close enough, and he was able to just scoop it up and get possession here for the Knights.
But it would be a huge victory for the Knights, obviously, for any team this is the case. But to come out of this first quarter, the way that Carthage College started, to have the lead over them going into the second quarter.
Yeah, most definitely. A shot taken there by Peyton Kimber. Went a little bit wide of Cage, but had a good look. He had a little bit of a screen from the defenders there, so maybe had an opportunity to score.
That shot just barely off by number 16, Zach Daneman. Off the left side, but it'll stay with the Knights with 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Sean Lamb working up against number 20, Jack Schiltz. Great pass to the inside to Tennyson Schmidt for the goal.
Yeah, Sean Lamb with the assist on that. It was a great look by Sean Lamb. He was able to draw his defender, get him to play close up on him, and he was able to, as he was contesting, he was able to find the open man, who was Zach Daneman there, and was able to put it away.
And so with that, the Knights will take the lead yet again, 6-5, with 1:15 left in this first quarter. The Knights desperately need to play some lockdown defense to come away with the lead at the end of this one.
Yeah, something that the Knights are doing very well today is they are winning a lot more faceoffs than they typically do. So they're getting an opportunity to have time of possession. They're able to have the ball a lot more, and when they are able to have that ball, they're able to score when they actually have it. They are a very good team at putting the ball away when they have it in offensive possession typically. So it's one of these moments where that they are getting these wins here that they haven't been getting all season at faceoff. Now they're able to put some more points on the board.
And the Knights, again, like you mentioned, have a chance to extend their lead. Now under a minute left in the first quarter. Tennyson Schmidt gets it to Sean Lamb. And the shot inside by Sean Lamb with the left hand to the bottom left corner of the net extends this lead to 2 points.
Yeah, he had a really good split dodge there from the top. What happened there was, he is left-handed. He really prefers to shoot with his left hand. So when he did his split dodge, he actually ended up in his right hand. And before he took the shot, he actually decided to switch back to his other hand, which can be dangerous in a on-the-run shot like that if you're getting ready to shoot. But he was able to get it there, get his feet planted, and actually get the shot off.
And so again, with that, the Knights extend their lead to 2 points. Again, early on in the first quarter, if you're just coming onto this broadcast with us, the Knights were down 3-0 to Carthage College and now have the lead 7-5. And we've mentioned how quick a turnaround the game of lacrosse can be in a quarter even. That's a perfect example right here today at the Fields.
Yeah, it's really good, good smart play by the Knights, and that's a great job there off the face-off to make sure that the ball, even though Carthage was able to get possession with it, they had to back it up and get back to their defenders to try to get a good clean clear. But the Knights were able to get it, even though they lost it here. But the ball is back on the ground in the Knights territory, but they're able to come up with it.
And under 10 seconds left, just 6 seconds left in this first quarter. Doesn't look like they'll get a very good shot off. And indeed they won't. And that'll end the first quarter with the Knights having the lead 7-5 over Carthage College.
And that's the end of the first.
And with that, we'll take a quick little break in between quarters, and we'll see you in just a few moments. We welcome you back to this free student-run broadcast here at the fields of Southern Virginia University, where the Knights were able to have a comeback there in that first quarter to take a 2-point lead over Carthage College with a score of 7-5.
Yeah, it was really good job by the Knights there to kind of rally, get themselves settled. The first few scores there against them, they looked really unsettled. They looked a little bit nervous. They looked, like they were trying to force a lot of their plays on offense. But once they started getting their rhythm, started getting their passing down, we could see they started getting momentum and started to come back here. And it looks like number 17 is able to win that. That's Nate Hobson, wins the face-off.
Yeah, that's his first time in the face-off today. And so he's able to take that job very well. That takes place number 31, Seth Millington, who all first quarter long was in the face-off. And a great save by Carthage College. That is number 15, Sam Katsonas.
And that was a good take there by Tennyson Schmidt, coming from X around crease right there to try to put that into the back of the net. He did have a couple defenders in front of him, so he tried to get that off, but in that transition there, he was just trying to get a quick shot off to see if he can get capitalize off that play and get a quick score while the Knights were subbing. And a shot taken there by number 32, Sean Lamb, off the pipe, the close pipe, and bounces back towards him, but out of bounds. And the Knights are able to maintain possession off of that.
The way the net moved, some of the players for SVU reacted as if it was another goal that would have extended the lead to a 3-point lead for SVU. That one is also off the left side, but that will also stay with SVU.
Yeah, that was a really good look by Zach Danneman. His defender was playing really far inside, and he was able to have a chance to take the alley there and get that on-the-run shot. It was just wide of cage.
Tennyson Schmidt working with it again. And the mishandled pass goes way down the field. And so it will go to Carthage College.
Yeah, there was some kind of infraction on the Knights here that's going to award the ball to Carthage College.
So working with it is number 24, Andy Soon, the leading scorer for this Carthage College team. And that's taken away by number 30 for SVU, Peyton Kimber.
Yeah, there was a mishandled pass there that put the ball on the ground, and Peyton Kimber was able to challenge the ball there and get the ground ball and win that.
Now number 14, Chandler Westcott with it.
Great look there from Westcott, passing the ball to number 16, Zach Danneman, who had an open look there when it was, with that play right there. He was kind of moving. The goalie was looking back towards X a little bit, caught the ball, and was able to put it right between the goalie's legs on that shot.
Just like you said, Josh, and now the Knights take a 3-point lead here early on in the second quarter with a score 8-5. And again, if you're just recently joining us, there's a similar situation on the flip side with Carthage College in the first quarter. Early on, they had a 3-0 lead, and now the Knights have returned the favor, having a 3-point lead early on in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it looks like Millington is back at face-off here for the Knights.
Likely Coach Jason Lamb was trying one thing new for a change on the face-off, but instead just goes right back to what you said, Seth Millington, and the Knights working with it. It looks like number 10, Tennyson Schmidt, working around the backside. It's a nice juke.
Yeah, Schmidt was able to get his defender caught up in the cage there on the back of the cage that extends, and was able to come back and had a few players open, but the Knights weren't able to put that one away. But off the shot, the Knights are able to maintain possession.
And Tennyson Schmidt tries to pull a play from Sean Lamb's playbook from earlier and try to dive into the crease for the goal, but it is saved by Carthage College.
Carthage College able to come up with that. As the ball was on the ground, people were fighting for it. Knights weren't able to come up with it, but Carthage College was, and they were able to get the clear because the ball bounced out to a position where they could just easily leg it over into their offensive zone.
Now Carthage has a chance for an offensive possession. They've had very few of those to start the second quarter. They did a great job of having a lot of offensive possessions early on in the first. Now working with it is number 47, Clayton Smith. And one thing we saw a lot of from Carthage College early on in the first quarter that we didn't see a whole lot until now was great passing, which led to a great open shot on the far side.
Yeah, what happened there? The Carthage College was able to get the pass. It was actually a skip pass to the back crease from the left wing, the opposite side crease there, and was able to with that skip pass, there was all the defenders were kind of heavy towards ball, and he was able to have a little bit more running room and able to get that. Basically, it's like that 5-5 off of goal, and had an easy look there to put it away.
And that was number 11, Noah Linder, with the goal there to decrease the deficit to 2 points, making the score now 8-6, and letting SVU know that they are not going away. And like we mentioned before, number 17, Nate Hobson, comes back in for the face-off. Him and Seth Millington have been switching off on the face-offs here to start the second quarter.
There is a flag down on the play. I didn't quite see what it was. Maybe it was a check. I'll see what the ref is indicating. It is a slash on the player there, and that was number 13, I believe, with the slash. So he'll be sitting in the box here. And here we'll see the Knights in in a man down situation here, and we'll see how they play this. See if they can keep the ball. And that will be a minute penalty, and we'll see what happens here, whether or not the Knights can hold off this offense from scoring in this time.
And that was a great save by the freshman goalkeeper for SVU, number 19, Caleb Brody from Fredericksburg, Virginia. He went to Colonial Forge High School. He saved the even further decreasing of the deficit for SVU.
And the Knights are displaying a standard box and one. A little miscommunication. Two guys running out to the same man, leaving number 24 wide open. That was Andy Zune, who didn't put it away this time, but that can be a scary situation in a man-up opportunity when you have two people pushing out to the same person when you're already a man down.
Yeah, if you're Southern Virginia University, Andy Zune is the last person you want open. And with that is a goal by Carthage College. That is number 9, Brody Ilstrup.
Yeah, he was able to catch that ball, and the Knights typically try to force those outside shots in a man-up opportunity, in situations like that, because it's a lot easier for the goalie to track it from that far out and try to get the save. But in that situation, Ilstrup was able to beat Brody to the corner there, which is one of those spots that's really hard for a goalie to stop when it's right on the pipe in the corner. But with that, the penalty is released and we're back to even here.
And just like that, it's been a back-and-forth game all game long. It is now 8-7, just a 1-point game as Carthage College continues to build up momentum early on in the second quarter. That was number 13, Liam O'Connor, trying to dive for it on the sideline, but instead it is picked up by number 18, Russ Anderson for SVU.
Yeah, it went out of bounds off of Carthage here, and so the Knights are awarded possession here. So now it looks like they're going to settle here to try to get all their substitutions onto the field. Sean Lamb with the take there. Takes the shot, but it bounces off the keeper. But Sean Lamb is actually able to back up his own shot. You don't typically see that where the player who takes the shot is also the one who backs up their shot. But in that case, Sean Lamb was able to do that, and the Knights are able to maintain possession.
Tennyson Schmidt with it now. He didn't realize he was about to get double-teamed, so he has to work his way out of there. Pass it number 14, Chandler Westcott, who has one of the Knights' 8 goals today. And the Knights fighting to retain possession. That's number 16, Zach Daneman, who finally gets it out to Isaac DeGarlis. Sean Lamb being well defended by number 25, Aaron Simpson. And just like that, it'll go back to Carthage College.
Yeah, shot taken there by Sean Lamb on the run there, but the goalie was actually kicked up the ball off his foot and was able to catch it off of him kicking it. With that, the Carthage College has got a quick transition here, had that outlet pass, and they're able to get into the offensive play here.
And they also have a chance to tie up the game for the first time since late in the first quarter. And taken away by number 7, Isaac DeGarlis.
And there was a good check there by number 47 from Carthage College. That's Clayton Smith. Just kind of slow down to make sure there wasn't a fast break play. Make the Knights have to settle here.
Chandler Westcott working inside. He gets the high on the top right corner of the net for the goal to extend this lead to 9-7.
Yeah, Westcott had a really good move there. He got his defender to bite on the direction he was going. Was able to split back the other direction and was able to just run past him, ducked under the slide, and able to go, right there on crease and put it away top right.
And just like that, just as it looked that Carthage College was gaining momentum and could possibly tie up the game, the Knights get a point to extend their lead to 2. The largest lead for both teams has been 3 points. Again, Carthage College had a 3-0 lead early in the first quarter. The Knights had a 3-point lead, leading 8-7 excuse me, early on in the second quarter, and is now 9-7.
Yeah, and for Carthage College, who's been pretty quiet on the offensive side of the play, is Andy Zune. He only has 1 goal in the night. He's had typically he's been one of the leading scorers, but the counterpart, number 11, Noah Lindner, has has 3 points on the today, or 3 goals on the day, with Andy Zune only at 1, and then Ilstrup with 2. So if he starts waking up, that could be a problem with that duo there working for Carthage College here.
And you talk about the offensive stats for Carthage College. Here's some offensive stats for SVU. You have Zach Danneman, who is the leading scorer for this Knights team, with 3 goals today. Then you have Chandler Westcott with 2 goals, Sean Lamb with 2, Tennyson Schmidt with 1, and Cade Rich with 1. And so a lot of different Knights players getting involved, as number 17, Nate Hobson, working with it on the near side.
Yeah, there was a violation against Carthage there when they're on the offense, which gave the ball to the Knights. But with that, the Knights here are going to be, looks like, settled. The ref looks like he's talking to someone, blew the whistle for something, but we're not sure what's going on right now. But the Knights are going to maintain possession. They're going to take the ball from X. It looks like they have a set play that they're going to be running here.
This is number 15 playing goalkeeper for Carthage College, Sam Kotsonas, who has been in the game all game long so far. He's been doing a pretty good job considering all the shots that SVU has thrown at him.
Oh, that was a great look there. That was beautiful. Number 22 with the goal. That is Brady Cook. The assist from Sean Lamb. That was a behind-the-back shot. Just, where it was just a really good look. The goalie wasn't expecting it to come from that angle. He was probably expecting it to come over the top like everyone has been doing, but with that, he just caught it and quickly quickly shot it and went right past the goalie into cage. Just a really good look. One of those moments where kind of the goalie was expecting something different, and the ball just snuck past him.
Well, like you said, Brady Cook, he caught it high and then flipped his stick low to shoot the low shot. Like you said, absolute opposite of what number 15, Sam Kotsanas, would have expected him to do. And, that was just a beauty. You think about all these different sports that have these very impressive and stylistic plays. Like you see in basketball, the no-look pass. You see in football when a quarterback switches hands and throws it. And that's just one of those plays, a perfect example of fun plays you can have in lacrosse.
And with that, the Knights have, it looks like, another violation on the face-off. I don't know if it was a face-off violation or if it was just when the ball was on the ground, there was a push in the back, but either way, there was a violation there on the face-off that led to Carthage getting the ball.
It's now Carthage College looking to recover from that impressive play from Brady Cook, as they have now matched their largest deficit of the day of 3 points. This is number 9, Brody Ilstrup.
Bad pass that goes into the turf. That's going to award the ball to the Knights here. So turnover there off the mishandled pass.
And with that, the Knights have a potential to get their largest lead of the day. Again, both teams have had a largest lead of 3 points.
There it is. It's a trip with possession there. That's going to be called with the flag down. I'm assuming they're going to call a trip with possession. So the Knights really want to get a score off this to go into the next play. There it is. That's a great look there from number 16, Donovan there, Zach Donovan, who was able to get the pass there from Westcott, who was able to, he got the foul, was able to find the open man, and he put it away. That, great opportunity there for the Knights. And now they're going to go into this next play with a man-up opportunity.
And he wanted a shot earlier on in that move. He got it right away and wanted that low, I think about 15-yard out shot. But like you said, he settled for the much more high percentage, high look shot, more closer to that seam. So a great job there again from Chandler Westcott to get his 3rd goal of the day.
The score was on Donovan.
Westcott
with the assist.
Fourth one for Donovan. Thank you for the correction, Josh. So it is 4 goals for Zach Donovan, 2 for Chandler Westcott, and again, that's Westcott's 3rd assist. And it's a battle for now as number 13 for SVU. Nick Baer comes away with it, giving SVU possession. And another quick goal for SVU. That is number 22, Brady Cook.
Yeah, with that, the ball was on the ground off the face-off. Carthage looked like they were going to get it, but it was kicked into their offensive zone. But none of the attackmen, they kind of started dropping back to cage like it was a fast break instead of trying to fight for the ball. So the defender from the or one of the Knights defenders, I didn't see who it was able to scoop at the ground ball and found Brady Cook wide open at midfield, and he was able just to leg it there and then take that on the run shot right from the basically 10 out from goal, and it's really hard to stop that as a goalie.
The Knights right now can't seem to do anything wrong as they have continue to add to the largest lead of the day with 5 points, now with a score of 12-7. We're seeing number 31 for the Knights, Seth Millington, on the bottom of your screen, having a little bit of fun with number 44, Ethan McInder, just kind of tapping him with a stick a little bit, just literally poking fun.
Yeah, they're just trying to jockey for position there on that restraining line there for face-off. They're just trying to get, somewhere, where the ball's been going. But with that, Carthage is able to win the offense or win the possession here off of face, and now they have an opportunity here for a chance at offense.
Now this is number 44, Ethan McInder, with the ball. And as the offensive possessions for Carthage College have been rare in this quarter, they're trying to take full advantage of that and get the best possible shot they can to whittle down this deficit.
Yeah, and the Knights can't go to sleep, even though they have that 5-point lead. This is definitely a time where they need to stand up and continue to assert, dominance here, and make sure that the defense still plays well, plays with authority, but plays smart at the same time, because they can't, even though it's a 5-point lead, it can change really quickly. It can close really quickly if you start making too many mistakes.
And that's number 42, Ethan Flight, with the missed shot there for Carthage College.
Great job there by number 15, not Jacob Lamb. That was number 15, Kevin Huntsman, able to get his stick in the path of that pass there and able to deflect it down.
And a good save by number 19, Caleb Brody, the freshman goalkeeper who does it again. Now the Knights looking to have a good possession here. Gets number 14, Chandler Westcott, who, like we mentioned before, has had some great passes here for a couple of assists. 3 to be exact. And now just about 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Again, the Knights with a 5-point lead. See Sean Lamb, top of your screen, trying to set up a play.
And Knights are definitely wanting to settle here with this lead. They, like you're saying, we want to make sure that the Knights want to make sure that they're having settled opportunities here where they're working some plays, trying to get a great opportunity, great look. But with that, number 16 again, Zach Donovan with the solo take, they're able to drive down on the right wing here, down the alley, and able to get the on-the-run shot and beat the goalie low, bottom left pipe.
And with that extends the lead to 6 points. And Donovan, I believe that is his 5th goal of the day, doing a fantastic job, and so that brings him to 36 goals on the season.
Yeah, he's getting close to that double hat trick. That's very impressive.
So now again, the Knights have a 6-point lead, 4 minutes left in this second quarter. As number 31, Seth Millington, is in that face-off again. And he battled against number 22, Griffin Cleary. Have a call here from the ref, and it looks like possession will be awarded to Carthage College.
Yeah, they're calling a push against the Knights, so therefore Carthage College is awarded the ball. But with the pressure that they've been giving that the Knights have been having on these rides, like right here, it looks like the Knights are able to get the ball. Sean Lamb's gonna have a one-on-one with the keeper, but the keeper able to get a stick on the ball and save that.
Very impressive. That was number 40, Kyle Guthrie, who was able to get that impressive save. And like you said, it was a one-on-one opportunity, very open field, but Guthrie able to make that play. So now number 9, Brody Ilstrup, will have possession. And Ilstrup has 2 goals on the day, so he's made his name known here early in this first half.
Yeah, the Knights are really starting to find their groove and settle in here, but like we were saying, they just got to keep playing this way. Good switch there on defense to keep the defender from having a clear on-the-run shot. And with that, number 42 took the shot there, the on-the-run shot. Initially, that was saved. That was Ethan Flight. But with that, you had number 41 who was there on crease, able to pick up the goal that bounced off the keeper. Not always, keeper doesn't always get it into their stick and able to keep it there. Brody, it bounced out of Brody's stick. And then number 41, Colin Poitras, was able to pick it up and have an easy goal right there on crease.
That's always a hard thing as a goalkeeper when you have that great save and then right afterwards someone else is just able to pick it up and get it right in. But nevertheless, that'll whittle down this deficit to 5 points. Carthage College wanted to work into that before halftime. And so SVU has the tall task to make sure to stop the momentum right in its tracks and carry what they have done in the second quarter into the second half. As now number 31, Seth Millington, has it.
It looks like the Knights have taken a timeout here. They want to settle it down here in the last 3 minutes of play. I think it's a good spot to do this. They want to make sure, come out with a goal, keep this lead extended here, make sure that we're, the Knights are continuing to fire on all cylinders, and let's set up an offensive play and run it. They've been doing well on a lot of individual talent. Especially Donovan he's having a great day today. Zach Donovan there, but they probably want to get a set play going, make sure that they get another point, and make sure that they continue to. Whether they decide to come in and eat up a lot of the time, they have 77 seconds left on the play clock here. They might try to eat some of that time away and go into half, with 1 score, maybe look at 2 if they can win the next face-off after that.
It is so easy in any sport that you play when halftime is approaching, just kind of let off the gas pedal a little bit. It's so easy especially when you have a lead like the Knights have had all second quarter long. They've been clicking on all cylinders, like you've said, but doing a lot of great things right. Great passing, some great, fantastic shots from multiple different players here on this SVU roster. But like you said, the Knights have to keep pressing because whatever Carthage College can get here in this last 2 minutes and 40 seconds will propel them that much further in the second half to have a run of their own to possibly take a lead back. So like you said, the Knights really need to be careful and have a very set play in order to take advantage of every opportunity they have before halftime.
Yeah, most definitely. They got to make sure they keep the momentum on the Knights side going into the half and not let Carthage get a spark going before the end of this first half.
And of course, again, who better to drop a play right here to take advantage of this momentum-seizing moment than head coach Jason Lamb. We mentioned his experience in the NCAA Division I level and the success he has had there, not being at SVU here for a couple of years. Has had a couple of sons of his play for him over the years and have had great successes themselves.
Yeah, he has 2 sons on the team currently right now, Jacob Lamb and Sean Lamb. But with that, the Knights taking possession and going for a quick shot there, but ball will be awarded to the Knights off the shot there.
And Samuel Yokoboski of Carthage College was so close to getting possession for them. He was neck and neck with number 14, Chandler Westcott, running for that. As the diving shot by Westcott, able to extend the lead to 14-8.
Yeah, number 4 for Carthage College. That's Joe Parimba, who had him locked out, had his arms locked out. As he was diving, the defender's stick was in his arms, kind of locking him out. He wasn't able to get a whole lot of power behind that, but he was able to get a really good placement off it right there on the back. I don't think the goalie was expecting him to actually be able to get the shot off, but with that goal, shot taken, Westcott was able to put it away.
And with that, Chandler Westcott has 3 goals and 3 assists, has had himself quite the day here offensively. He's the second leader of the Knights so far today. Zach Donovan, of course, ahead of him with 5 goals. Then Brady Cook right behind Westcott with 2. Sean Lim with 2. Tennyson Schmidt has that 1 from earlier. And then Cade Rich has 1.
Yeah, quick off the face-off there. Does the Knights taking a quick shot here, but Knights able to back it up and get their subs onto the field. But it looks like a timeout is going to be taken by Carthage College.
Carthage.
as they now find themselves down by 6 with just barely under 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Again, probably with the same mentality that Coach Jason Lamb wanted to maintain with his players. That try to take advantage of everything you can. 2 minutes, a lot can happen in 2 minutes, especially in lacrosse. I mean, you say that in any other sport, but lacrosse especially, you can have 2 really quick goals, maybe even 3, to whittle down this deficit to just be about 14-11 or even 14-12. He just here in the last 2 minutes, and so you got to make sure your players have enough energy and enough motivation, enough focus to have those take advantage of those opportunities that they could potentially have here in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, ultimately, you really only need anywhere from about 12 to 15 seconds to actually get a goal, if even from a face-off. As long as you're not having to. I mean, even from a clear, if you can get everything's just going right and you're able to get your transitions really quickly. So with 2 minutes left to play, there are plenty of time. But there's a lot of time to score. But with the new system with the shot clock, it does. Teams are holding it for that entire time. They're trying to make sure that they're taking shots within their play clock, making sure that they're having all these opportunities within that and eating away as much time as possible. So we'll see what the Knights are going to come out here and do off that timeout that Carthage took. I expect them to maybe settle a little bit, and try to eat more of the clock off. But we'll see what Coach Lamb wants to do. He may want to come into this and just want to get a quick score just to make sure that they extend that lead, because the defense is playing very well for the Knights at this point in time in the second quarter. They're making sure that all these things are happening, getting takeaways, turnovers, and making sure that the offense for the Knights has possession as much as possible.
Yeah, could go either way. I mean, we've seen Coach Jason Lamb have very aggressive play calls, trying to pour salt in the wound as they have a potential to get a 6-point lead going in, or 7-point lead going into halftime, and that they do behind the stick of number 20.
That is Cade Rich. Yeah.
That is the second goal of the day.
And that was Westcott kind of captaining that play. That was the assist goes to Westcott, Chandler Westcott there. He was at X there, just kind of stood up behind crease. No one was challenging him, and so he was just looking for the open man, and he found him, and Cade Rich was able to put it away.
And like I just mentioned, that now extends it to a 7-point lead, the largest lead by any team held today, with just under 1:50 left to play in this first half. And so the timeout taken by Carthage College and head coach David Neff unfortunately doesn't pan out for them defensively, as they weren't able to prevent that goal from Cade Rich.
And Nick Bear on the faceoff for the Knights. That's the first time we've seen him at X, I believe, that I can recall. Maybe he was in there before, but at X for the faceoff, he was able to actually win it for the Knights, or help get the ball out in front so someone could get the ball and get possession here. Shot taken there by Schmidt, just went over Cage, but Knights are able to maintain possession.
It looked like Tennyson Schmidt had lost his footing at the last second of the shot, and that's why it sailed high above the net. But a good save by number 40, Kyle Guthrie, for Carthage College, gives them a chance with just about a minute left to play in the first half.
Yeah, Donovan was able to get take the shot there. He went low to low on that, which is kind of easier for a keeper to get. Low to low shots are really easy for a goalie to track, because obviously there is no change in the plane of the shot, and so the keeper was able just to track that all the way through and get his body in front of it.
So this is number 4, Kyle Fujikawa, with it, getting in to number 16, Zach Donovan. Sean Lamb with it now. We've seen some impressive plays from Sean Lamb today among many other players here. Sean Lamb with 2 goals. So the Knights will retain possession, again with just about 41 seconds left in the first half. And they have 80 seconds left on the shot clock, so there's no hurry for the Knights as far as the shot clock is concerned.
Yeah, at this point, I imagine they're going to just try to come out with this with, scoring another goal here at the end of this second quarter, the end of this half. Just trying to go up, try to make sure they extend that lead and go into the locker rooms with all the momentum.
And that's just off the left side and off the foot of number 40, Kyle Guthrie. And looks like we'll have another timeout here, so that both teams can have a time to discuss, with 20 seconds left in this first half, And again, talking about the goals scored by the Knights, you have 2 players with hat tricks. Again, Zach Donovan and Chandler Westcott. And Chandler Westcott having a hat trick of assists of his own with 4 assists today. And so just some great offensive movement going on. And there's also 2 assists from Sean Lamb, 1 assist from Tennyson Schmidt. And so again, just a lot of great ball movement going around. Whereas Carthage College at the beginning of the game was looking like they were doing a lot better with that.
Yeah, Westcott's really, he's been taken captain of this. For today, he's really captaining this offense and making sure that he's, not only scoring himself, but he's getting the ball to other people for an opportunity to score. In that sense, it's been Donovan, it's been Cade Rich, it's been a few different players, it's been even Sean Lamb, where they've worked together, and they're all, the Knights are really working well right now on offense together. I mean, if you look at some of the other things, turnover-wise, the Knights at the half, coming close to the half, is at 9 total turnovers, whereas Carthage is at 17. So there's a difference there where the Knights are really able to, they're really winning that in that game where they're not turning over the ball as much. Where they're a team where also we're also looking at penalties. They're both only at 1 penalty, and the Knights tend to be a team that get a lot of penalties. So the fact that they're not, that could be concerning to Carthage in the sense that, hey, this team that normally has a lot of penalties gives us a lot more man-up opportunities. It's not happening today. So they really got to find ways that they can get some points.
And this one stat stood out to me. I would not have believed this after the first couple minutes of the first quarter, is that SVU has had 14 more shots total than Carthage College has. And 10 more shots on goal, shots on goal than Carthage College has, which early on in the first quarter, as I mentioned, Carthage College seemed to have all the offensive possessions. They're winning all the face-offs, they're having more opportunities, getting more shot opportunities, and took that early 3-0 lead. But the Knights so far, again, especially in the second quarter, have really flipped the script.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they've come out and they're making sure that they're working as an offensive unit and getting that possession. And the Knights are good at, when they do have possession, they are going to take shots. They are going to make sure that they have the opportunities to score. And there you see it. Sean Lamb with a beautiful shot there from kind of the top right wing. It's in that sweet spot for him. He's a left-handed shooter, so he caught that skip pass there that he was able to just step down and put it away top left corner.
Out of the chaos came a beautiful play from Sean Lamb. You saw just the battle for the ball there on the other side of the field, where it was a shot opportunity actually for number 30, Peyton Kimber, but the ball flew out of his stick as he was winding back. But like you said, the great pass to Sean Lamb and the great shot with just 3 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, I didn't see who the assist was. It was whoever was that was able to pick up the ground ball. But overall, great play there to get that score right at the end of the half. So the Knights are going to go in with that, another point or another goal as they're going into the locker room.
And just like that, the Knights have an 8-point lead going into halftime. Again, we thank you so much for joining us on a free student-run broadcast here on the Knights Sports Network. We'll be back with you as soon as the second half starts. And welcome back to the fields here at Southern Virginia University, where we have Carthage College facing off against the Knights of Southern Virginia University. And it has been a back-and-forth game up until that second quarter, where the Knights really took control to take an 8-point lead going into halftime.
Yeah, the Knights definitely had that last-minute goal where they were able to go into the half there. But here we are at X, for the face-off, getting ready to go here. It looks like I can't see who's taking it for the face here. It looks like Nate Hobson. No, never mind. That is Seth Millington. Or no, never mind. My bad. That is number 13, Nick Bear. And the Knights were able to win that face.
So the Knights looking to get back onto the right foot. I guess get back on the foot that they landed on in the first half. But again, Carthage College able to take that away. That is number 2, Samuel Yokoboski. And immediately scrambled forward, taken away. That is by number 10, Tennyson Schmidt. Tennyson Schmidt looking to set it up, gets it to number 30, Peyton Kimber. Then Sean Lamb calling out a play here.
And Westcott with the ball, passing it up to the wing here.
Knights being very patient in this offensive possession.
Shot taken there by Peyton Kimber, but trying to go to the 5-hole there between the goalie's legs, but the goalie was able to get a stick on it and make sure that was able to stop it, and it looks like they're going to be getting a quick outlet pass here for the offense for Carthage College.
So now it's number 9 working with it, Brody Ilstrip. And again, for those of you who are recently joining us, we want to welcome you to this free broadcast here by the students of Southern Virginia University on the Knight Sports Network. It's a great pleasure to bring it to you, especially to the parents of these student athletes, many of whom being very far away from Buena Vista, Virginia. As again, the Knights have found themselves an 8-point lead here at the end of that first half. As Carthage College have some good passing up until then, as that one goes out of bounds and possession will go to SVU.
Yeah, there's been a few turnovers here on both sides of the ball here, and we're scoreless so far in this third quarter, as both teams have been kind of struggling to maintain possession on either side here. So we're just we're going to see who can strike first, as Westcott's carrying it down into the offensive zone.
And a quick shot. A beautiful goal for SVU. That is number 30, Peyton Kimber.
Yeah, Peyton Kimber there had a great look. He caught the ball as he was running down, down that right alley there, and he had he has a really strong right-handed shot, and he was able to just put it behind, put it away right past the keeper, and got a beautiful goal.
And now he has extended this lead to 9 points. It is a 9-point game here for the Knights. It's been all SVU so far after midway through that second quarter up until now, and just like that, as you mentioned, that goal extending this lead. And the Knights, sorry, go ahead, Josh.
It looks like we have Nate Hobson in for the face-off here.
And now the Knights have reached 17 points. I just kind of want to bring your attention that the Knights' last game, which they lost against, it was Connecticut College, they lost 18-17. They scored 17 total points in that game, and just to turn that around and score 17 points, almost all of them in the first half, is quite the offensive turnaround for the Knights.
Yeah, most definitely. And it looks like Brady Cook is going to settle the ball right here as the offense tries to get in, into position and ready for this offensive series.
This is number 22, Brady Cook, behind the net, looking to set up a play here. Pass across field, but that is mishandled.
Yeah, it's kind of a low pass that Tennyson Schmidt wasn't able to pick up, and it just rolled past him, and then in that case he's not going to be able to do much, and that went out of bounds and turned over possession. again, another turnover. Both teams struggling with that in the beginning of this third quarter.
Number 44 for Carthage College bringing it up the field, Ethan McKender, excuse me. Now handling it is number 9, Brody Ilstrup. And Brody Ilstrup has 2 goals on the day. He has 1 assist. He is one of the many players for Carthage College that got off to a great start in the first quarter to get them that early 3-0 lead. A far shot for Carthage College, and that is picked up by the Knights.
Yeah, that shot was taken, but the defender there was standing in front. I believe that was number 7, Isaac DeJarlis, that was able to get his stick in front of that shot and kind of deflect it and slow it down so that the keeper was easily was able to just kind of grab that and get this clear here that we have this offensive possession going now.
The Knights have a chance to extend their lead to 10 points. As this is number 20, Kate Rich, working with it.
And passes back to Chandler Westcott at X, and they're ball's just working around for the Knights here. They're just settling into their offense, probably looking for a few shots here towards the end of the play clock. They are down to 30 seconds here, but Sean Lamb with a take solo there from the top of the box. They're able to spin on his defender, get his hands free, and was able to take the goal and put it away behind the keeper.
And it is barely snuck in between the legs of the keeper. I believe that looks like it is number 1. That is Zarek Rodriguez, the 5'7" sophomore from Houston, Texas. And again, he had good positioning, but it just barely squeaked through his legs on the stick there in order to get into the back of the net. And again, increase this lead to 10 points for the Knights.
Yeah, it looked like goalies in lacrosse tend to wear sweatpants because it adds an extra opportunity for the ball to kind of catch on something, more friction, versus legs that are very rigid. Whereas having a cloth fabric that's looser that can kind of maybe stop the ball a little bit. In that sense, he was I think that kind of slowed the ball down, but it was still able to sneak past. But Carthage able to win the face here. Number 22 wins the face off, Griffin Cleary, and was able to put it away bottom left corner. No one challenged him on that fast break. No one stepped out to take that, to force him to pass it. And off of that, he was able to have an easy goal that the keeper wasn't able to get in front of.
Yeah, again, like you said, Griffin Cleary just saying enough is enough and just taking it himself all the way from the face-off all the way to the goal and reduce it down to a 9-point deficit. So now we'll have the face-off here again. Knights looking to recover from that misstep in defense. And another battle for it, and the Knights will come out with it.
And so, we're coming into the third quarter where we had two quick scores by both teams, but, the Knights are looking to set up here to possibly score again.
And beautiful ball movement helps them to do just that.
Yeah, and it looks like, number 16, the name we've been seeing a lot today, Daneman was able to get the ball to number 12, Adam Peterson, who was out there on the low crease and able to put that one away. I believe that was number 12. I didn't see who it was, actually, that got the goal. I believe it was number 12 who's on the field, which is Adam Peterson.
And like I said before, the Knights responding very well to take back that 10-point lead. And just some great quick passes across the field there, right in front of the goalkeeper to get those nice side shots. So just about 10.5 minutes left to play in this third quarter. The Knights again have a 19-9 lead over Carthage College.
And the ball pops out here.
Picked up by number 13, Nick Bear.
Yeah, the Knights are starting to work in with their starters, some of the players that don't necessarily get to play quite as much, trying to get them some experience. With this lead, the Knights definitely know that they can get some other people out there to try to get some experience, as the upperclassmen start to graduate and go. But there's a great on-the-run shot there from Peyton Kimber, just running towards, about 15 out, just under 15 out, 14 out. He was able to get a nice, beautiful right-handed shot there. So here we are, we're looking here just at the play, but that was a great look there from Peyton Kimber, able to put that ball away, top shelf actually on the goalie. Just a nice, fast right-handed shot.
And that was Peyton Kimber's second goal of the day, again to extend this lead to 11 points. And you have about 8 players on this Knights roster that I've got on the scoreboard today. Again, you have Zach Danneman with 5 goals, Sean Lamb with 4 goals and 2 assists, Chandler Westcott with 3 goals and 5 assists, Cade Rich with 2 goals, 1 assist, Brady Cook 2 goals, Peyton Kimber 2 goals, and Tennyson Smith with a goal and an assist, and Adam Peterson, who had the goal before this last one for the Knights. And so again, we talked about that great offensive work by this unit here for SVU, doing a great job here today, especially starting off the second half.
Yeah, most definitely. Knights with possession again here.
With our last shot on goal, the Knights now have 31 shots on goal, whereas Carthage College only has 16. And the Knights continue to win the turnover battle with 11 turnovers, whereas Carthage College has 20.
And here we see the Knights just working the ball around. They're just settling into their offense, making sure that they get a really good play going. And they're just they're in a really wide setup right now. They're just looking for the best opportunity possible. It's kind of a 3-2-1 setup, if you kind of want to call it that. It's very spread out, though. They're very wide.
When you have an 11-point lead, there's really no rush to score. You just want to take full advantage of every opportunity, so you want to be as safe as possible, but also just have the best quality shot.
Shot taken there by Sean Lamb, just wide left of the goal. It does look like they're resetting the play clock. I couldn't tell. I didn't see that. It didn't look like it had hit the goalie, but in that case, it looks like they're indicating that it did. So with that, that does reset the play clock for the Knights.
Double team on defense here against number 14, Chandler Westcott.
Yeah, flag is thrown off of that. I think they're going to call a push in the back with possession. And so they're going to be sending number 25 from Carthage College, which is Aaron Simpson, to the box. And with that, the Knights are obviously they're going to maintain possession here. They're going to have a man-up opportunity, and we'll see how they're going to play this one out. With that penalty, if it is a push in the back, it should only be a 30-second penalty, and we'll see what happens here.
So again, the Knights with possession, number 16 starting off with it, Zach Danneman. Leading scorer for the Knights on the season and in this game. Again, a good handoff to number 30, Peyton Kimber. A very high-arching pass is barely not turned over by the Knights. And number 4 for Carthage College, Joe Paremba, wasn't quite sure where the ball went, so fortunately enough for the Knights, they'll be able to get to it first. And so like you mentioned before, Josh, the Knights are very spread out, just passing the ball around, looking for good quality looks. They have just under 30 seconds left in the shot clock.
Yeah, the penalty was released here. The Knights weren't able to get any opportunity off that, so now they're just going to be, settling here, and then the last 20 seconds they're going to be taking their shot on goal. And Sean Lamb with the take here. Nice low left-handed shot. He didn't change planes there, but it looked like he had kind of a screen with some other players there, and is able to put that low just past the goalie on the back pipe.
And the Knights now have 2 players on their roster with 5 goals in this game. That being Zach Danneman and just now Sean Lamb. And so, you have those 2 great productive players. Sean Lamb coming into this game only had 18 goals in the season. He's one of the leaders on the team, so I can't simply just say just 18 goals because it's still very impressive. But to come in here and to have the 5-goal game that he has had against an impressive team like Carthage College, who again is 6-1 in the season, is quite a testament to the work that he has put into his game.
Yeah, he's very good on, not just, he does get some scores, but he's also, he does a lot of assists. He was sitting at before this game, he was at 13. With this game going, he's built up a few more assists in this game too. So, he's definitely one of those players that also kind of, with Chandler Westcott, that kind of captain the offense when they're in their offensive zone to make sure that, hey, we're going to take it as, the kind of the quarterback, say, hey, here's what we're going to do. They find out, what the play is, they run it, and a lot of times they're with the ball, which ends up, starting the play with the ball, so they end up dishing it off to someone else to finish the play.
Definitely one of the great leaders on this team. One of the smarter players on this team, of course, having a father who's a very successful lacrosse coach definitely helps in that category. And so the Knights able to get possession off of that. The poor pass by number 24 for Carthage College, Andy Soon.
Yeah, and with that, the Knights take possession here, and they got to get the clear here first, which they have to do that. With the new rule, with the shot clock rule, they have 20 seconds to get the ball into an offensive zone. So that means they're able to do that with 65 seconds left on the play clock here. But ball is checked out here.
That's number 14, falling to the ground, Chandler Westcott. We've mentioned his name several times. He has 5 assists on the day. You mentioned him along with Sean Lamb being one of the facilitators of this offense for the Knights.
Yeah, and with that, they're going to call. Looks like before anything happens, the shot clock was reset to 80 seconds, but it looks like they're going to try to fix that because it does need to be a little bit lower. But either way, that was a push, a loose ball push, which actually does reset the clock here. But with that, we're going starting play again.
And so again, the Knights have built up quite the lead for themselves, being 21-9, a 12-point lead, easily the largest lead of the game. It's slowly been building through the second quarter and into this third quarter. And Carthage College has had moments where they've interjected, had quick goals of their own. We saw a quick one from number 22, Griffin Cleary. That kind of stopped the momentum a little bit for the Knights. And again, it's just a great opportunity for us at the Knights Sports Network, a free student-run broadcast to bring games like this where these Knights players have great success to their parents out there, wherever they may be, and to other people who are potentially coming here to SVU for men's lacrosse. Get to see what kind of players they'll be playing with and the great coaching and great playmaking that is here at SVU.
Yeah, most definitely. And here, got tripped up a little bit there on the play. Number 18 for the Knights, that is Russ Anderson, trying to drive there. Got tripped up just a little bit and then double-teamed as he was going to take the shot. It looks like he's headed to the substitution box, holding his leg a little bit. May have gotten on that double-team just a little bit tight or a little bit injured, but with that, the Knights did lose possession and Carthage is taking over.
And with it is number 11, Noah Linder. Around midfield, they're trying to work their way into a good offensive possession here. And again, the Knights defense has just been stiffening here in this third quarter. See number 23 playing some great defense. That's Patrick Reese, the senior from Meridian, Idaho. Some more good defense here. That is number 26, Morgan Dunn.
Yeah, the Knights are playing really good position defense right now. Although the whistle is blown, the ball will be awarded to the Knights. Not quite, didn't see exactly what the call was, but either way, the possession is awarded to Knights for whatever the violation may have been. May have been a loose ball push or interference. I didn't quite see what it was, or a moving screen.
Excuse me, I believe that great defense was on number 20 by number 20, Cade Rich, instead of Morgan Dunn. So now again, like you mentioned, the Knights have an opportunity of possession here. Again, with a 12-point lead, just under 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
And the Knights are just settling the ball a little bit again here. They're just trying to get their substitutions on the field, make sure that they have a great opportunity here, continue to extend their lead and eat as much of the time off the clock that they can.
And again, like you mentioned before, with the size of the roster that head coach Jason Lamb has here for this lacrosse team, he wants to make sure that he gets all of his players as much opportunities as possible, especially with a game like this where you have a 12-point lead and you have a chance for people to get in, get experience, possibly get some shots off, get some passing opportunities, get comfortable in the game, especially those who are freshmen here in this NCAA lacrosse level.
Yeah, with that, number 11, Bryce Gardner took a on-the-run shot, went low, but the goalie was able to get in front of it and it bounced back out. But with that, the play clock is reset and the Knights maintain possession, so they can eat even more time off this clock in this third quarter.
You're really not in any hurry at all as there's 50 seconds left in the shot clock. That was Peyton Kimber trying to set things up for the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights have been really, at least with these last few possessions, in the last about 20 seconds, they've been really wanting to, that's when they, that's about when they start getting their play going. They're getting it set up all before that, just kind of passing the ball around. But in the last 20 seconds, they transition into their play. It looks like Sean Lamb's going to take this one for them.
That's going to be a good save by Carthage College. Again, number 1, Zarek Rodriguez.
Yeah, that ball kind of bounced a little bit past the keeper, but it bounced off the back pipe and out into play there, and the Carthage College was able to get possession here. And they have the ball with the last 45 seconds of play in the quarter here.
So coming in, subbing in for offense is number 47. That is Clayton Smith, the senior from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. That's going to go in between the legs of number 41, Colin Poitras. And possession will go back to the Knights in the last 30 seconds.
Expect the Knights, they're probably going to pass this down. Don't have a whole lot of time here to do a whole lot. They may just hold this and just let the clock run out. But if they do have an opportunity to get a shot off here real quickly, they will.
Which they might.
Here's Danaman here on crease, and in the last 5 seconds of play, he finds a pass there from number 11. So Bryce Gardner with the assist, and Danaman there standing wide open on crease, able to just put it past the goalie again. I mean, he's having one day here where he's just able to find the ball a lot and able to put it away.
Yeah, exactly what you said. He has 6 goals today, and again, the great assist from Bryce Gardner. And I mean, it's just been a phenomenal day overall offensively, excluding the beginning of the first quarter. Beginning of the first quarter, which tends to be the case with many different teams across all different sports, starting off kind of slow. But that's really finding their groove here, getting different players involved, especially just under 5 seconds left in the third quarter, to able to get that goal to extend this lead to a 13-point lead.
And with that, the third quarter is closing here, and as you can see, it is 22-9 here at the end of the third.
And again, the Knights just doing a phenomenal job. Coach Jason Lamb doing a great job reacting to how the early start for Carthage College. And with that, we'll take a short break. Again, you're joining us on this free broadcasting network from students of SVU, and we'll be right back with you as soon as the fourth quarter starts. And we welcome you back to the Knights Sports Network here at the Fields on this free student-run broadcast brought to you by the students of SVU, where the Knights of Southern Virginia have taken a commanding lead coming into the fourth quarter over Carthage College with a score of 22-9.
Yeah, and the Knights have really been playing well today, especially Danaman, who's been having a really good success on crease with some single solo takes by him, some ISO plays. Doing a really good job.
And a great save early on by number 1, Zarek Rodriguez of Carthage College. Looked like a very open net situation for the Knights as they do retain possession. You mentioned Zach Danneman. We mentioned it all game long, the success that the Knights have had offensively. Just want to read off some of the stats of some of these goal scorers here. You've heard me mention these stats throughout the game, but I just want to refresh them. Zach Danneman has 6 goals, Sean Lynn with 5, Chandler Westcott with 3, and then list goes on and on of different players that the Knights have had get on the scoreboard today.
Yeah, again, we're seeing the Knights go back to that wide offense right now, just to pass the ball around. They're just, at this point, they're just trying to eat up as much time as possible, and then they'll execute whatever their play that is drawn up in the last 20-ish seconds of their play clock.
That has been the pattern for the Knights here in the past quarter and about a minute. And so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially with a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter.
At this point, it's just showing, hey, we're not trying to run the score up on you, but we still have to get some shots off you. Obviously, it's that's part of the game. We have to shoot, or we have to do something with the ball here in the 80 seconds that we have for our play clock. So, in this case, if it, that's kind of what they're doing at this point, just eating as much clock as they can.
And it's also a great opportunity to practice through some things with some players, like we mentioned, that don't really get in a whole lot, don't really get a whole lot in-game experience. I mean, scrimmaging can only do so much for you as far as game experience and game-like scenarios. And so be able to get in and perform plays like this in a situation where it is in a game and there's still consequences for things that happen, but there's less stress about it for these younger players. And just like that, the Knights get another goal.
Yeah, and Zach Danneman again with the ball, coming from X, wrapping around the crease, and able to find that low angle there. And he just finishes low to low on the back pipe there, just past the goalie. Just looks great. He's having one heck of a day.
Yeah, he really has the double hat trick. I mean, he passed that a little bit ago, but now he has 7 goals on the day to extend this lead to 23-9, a 14-point lead for the Knights. And again, we mentioned before, but early on in this game, in the first quarter, the Knights were down 3-0 really quickly to Carthage College. And so far in the third quarter and start of the fourth, Carthage College still not having any answers for this Knights offense.
And with that, the Knights are able to win the face again. Nate Hobson able to get that and, just continue to play here and continue to eat up more time off that clock.
And like we mentioned before, they'll go back to that wide center offense, wait till the last probably 20 seconds to really execute anything, just get some good passing in here. And again, if you're Coach Jason Lamb of SVU, you couldn't be more proud of the way the Knights team has responded to this great competitive game by Carthage, who again, coming into this game was 6-1. They were on a 2-game win streak, whereas the Knights were on a 4-game losing streak. Instead of coming here with the downs that they have had the past couple weeks, to respond like this, especially being down early to Carthage College, really is a testament to the mental strength of your players.
And with this, the Knights, they're doing a very good job on their offensive possessions here. I mean, there was a little bit of a dropped, a ground ball there that was a little bit of a scary situation, but the Knights are able to recover and make sure they have some drives here and more offensive plays here towards the end of their play clock possession. And
the shot by number 7 Isaac DeCarlos was saved pretty miraculously by number 1 Zarek Rodriguez of Carthage College. It was a very good shot opportunity on the crease, and then again Rodriguez just able to stick it in there and able to take it away.
Yeah, and with that, on the clear, Carthage College gets forced out of bounds, and the ball, forced out, and turnover for the Knights, or turnover for or on Carthage College, ball awarded to the Knights. Again, the Knights just settling here. It's kind of going to be a repeat here for probably the fourth quarter here. They have a very commanding lead. They're just going to hold on to this ball, work it around, and then execute in the last 20-ish seconds or so of play.
And we've seen several different players coming in here. We've seen number 12 Adam Peterson come in, number 11 Bryce Gardner come in, and We've seen him at 14, Chandler Westcott here quite a bit. He's leading the team in assists for the Knights. He has 5 assists, but we're seeing a lot of new players, newer faces come in. They usually don't get as much time as many of these other starters would.
And with that, Carthage was able to get the turnover, but the ball was passed right in front of the crease, although the player who caught it was, on the clear slipped and fell, and the ball fell out of the stick, and the Knights were able to get the ball back, and now Knights are back on offense.
That was a good shot opportunity by number 34, Robbie Trewartha, who is a freshman from Provo, Utah. He's one of the newer faces in. He could have gotten the assist from Sean Lamb, but that one sailed just a little bit to the outside. So now with 10.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, again, same old thing we've been saying. They're doing a wide offense, spreading things out. But you're starting to see a little bit more of aggressive play here from Carthage College because they know what SVU's trying to do. They know they're trying to eat away the clock. And so they're coming up a little bit tighter on these outside plays.
Yeah, Carthage just trying to contest a little bit. They do want the ball back, even with the score deficit here. They're not giving up. They're definitely wanting to still play, have an opportunity to score some more. But the Knights are just being very dominant here, and they're able to especially on their rides when Carthage is trying to clear it. The Knights are able to make sure that they aren't able to get it really past midfield, and the Knights are just maintaining possession here on their offensive side.
Shot clock winding down to 4 seconds.
Yeah, and with that, we're probably going to have a turnover here on the play clock just because there's not a whole lot of time with 3 seconds left. Yep, the Knights know that's what's going to happen. They just drop the ball and let Carthage take over here.
Carthage will have another chance to clear out.
A great back check there by number 12, Adam Peterson.
And another goal for the Knights. The assist from Peterson to number 32, Sean Lamb. Sean Lamb adding to the great day that he has had, giving himself his 6th goal. Another player with a double hat trick for this Knights team.
Yeah, number 12 there, Adam Peterson, as he was, he was the one who had possession of the ball when the play clock ran out, and he just dropped the ball and turned around and defended the guy. And as he got beat, got juked a little bit, but he didn't give up, and he ran up behind and got a great back check. The defender was just hanging his stick a little bit, and when he got that back check, he just knocked the stick out of his hands and the ball, and was able to pick it up and find the quick score by finding Sean Lamb right there close on crease.
And Peterson's back check got the SVU sidelines very excited with that play. You saw many of them jumping up and down after that one, as of course it would eventually lead to that point, which has extended it to a 15-point lead for the Knights.
We see Carthage on offense here for the first time in a while. We'll see what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, if they're trying to get the score to be a little bit closer, they're going to have very fast offensive possessions. They're going to have to very quickly, execute whatever their play may be, and it looks like that's what they're doing here.
Looks like it was deflected on the way to the net.
And for the Knights, we actually have number 26, Morgan Dunn, in cage. She hasn't been in yet, and this is a great opportunity, like we were talking about, for someone who's not in cage as often to get some experience in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because throughout the game we've mostly seen RV, who came into this game had 121 saves on the year, of course leads the team in that category, and so electing to sit him, and like you said, giving some other players experience at that position. But Carthage College still with it, just under 30 seconds left in the shot clock.
Good skip pass there. Great look there from Carthage, actually. That was a good pass there to number 5, Robert Dakin, who was able to get the shot off there. I believe the assist was from number 11. That is Noah Lindner. That was just a really good look there. He found the skip pass, which was almost a 2-player skip pass, and just on the back side there, and he had an easy step down shot.
That is one thing that Carthage College has done a really great job of when they've had the opportunity, is those quick cross passes that, like a great. You see in like either soccer or basketball, you see the exact same thing. You see those quick passes. Quick passing does much better than any fancy dribbling can do, either for a soccer player or a basketball player. And it's the same way with lacrosse. And so whenever Carthage College has had a chance to do that, they've been very successful, and that is where they've gotten most, if not all, of their 10 points.
Yeah, and with that, Carthage College was able to win the face-off, but with the pressure of the Knights and the way how hard they've been playing, they're making it very difficult for Carthage College to get in on the offensive side of play. Although here the Carthage College was able to find a quick outlet pass here and able to get this their offense on the field here.
So about 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Again, Carthage College finding themselves down by 14 and having two great offensive opportunities here.
Another skip pass on the back door there. Number 41 that is Colin Poitras coming around the back there from X. Just able to have a really quick score as he was found. I didn't see who had the assist, but he was able to sneak around there. Another skip pass, just back door there. Defense not really having their sticks up in the passing lanes is what you really want. If you're a defensive player, if you're even though you have the ball, especially if you're not on ball, you should be having your sticks in those passing lanes to deflect anything like that. Try to deter those those skip passes like that.
And just like that, Carthage College has whittled this lead down to 13. Still quite the formidable deficit, but with the way that Carthage College has had those two straight possessions end up in goals, things are starting to look up for Carthage College. But if you're SVU, you need to buckle down a little bit on defense. Like you said, get those sticks in those passing lanes and get really aggressive defensively.
Yeah, a lot of that can be down. The Knights are putting in a lot of their players that don't necessarily get in as much. We do see players, out there that don't necessarily get as much playing time, especially in closer games. So that could be part of it. They're the fundamentals. They're trying to learn. They're getting some game time they don't necessarily get. So this is a moment for them to learn. Okay, so this is what I did wrong. Here's what you have. Here's how you fix it. And great save there.
Yeah, just like you said, number 26, Morgan Dunn, able to get that great save and save a potential third goal in a row for Carthage College.
With a missed outlet pass there, almost picked up by Carthage College, but again, the man of the day, Daneman, able to get the ball, finds the outlet, to number 34 for the Knights. That's Robbie Trewarthra, able to get that pass from Daneman and put it away for a score.
Yeah, and extends lead back to 14. And just like that, we were talking about how Carthage could possibly take some momentum back, but the Knights buckle down on defense, get the really quick opportunity. Again, the assist from Daneman to number 34, Robbie Trewartha. And that's just, again, it's been the story of the game. Carthage College would get some momentum, get some points in a row, would have some great offensive possessions, but then the Knights would strike back and take momentum right back. And so just under 6.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, the Knights again still with the lead by 14, winning 25-11. And the face-off was number 17, Nate Hobson. He's been in and out of that face-off for the Knights so far today, but Carthage College will come out of it.
Carthage College on that face-off, the LSM who was out there on the face was aware that he had a man, the face-off man was wide open. He just kind of hockey puck, he kind of swatted it like a hockey puck and just kind of got it into that area for him to one-on-one with the ball and was able to just scoop it up and run down field here for their offensive possession.
So a missed shot there by Carthage College, but it'll be maintained by number 24, Andy Soon. He'll come around the edge, and he gets quickly double-teamed. And SVU will be able to pick it up. That is number 8, Michael Capos. Actually, excuse me, that's number 9, Bryce Kimber, who was able to pick that up and get possession to the Knights.
But with that number 5 for Carthage College, that's Robert Dakin, was able to force him close to the sideline there and cause him to drop the ball out of bounds and turn over here on the Knights.
Some great footwork by number 4, Joe Paremba, in order to get away from the double team. Now working with it is number 29, Gavin Kaepernick. You saw the good screen from number 28, Emmett Sullivan, and right after that was able to take the shot there, but it was a little bit high.
Yeah, just trying to get some shots off here, trying to get some points on the board here for Carthage College. I mean, at this point in the game, both teams know that this game is pretty much done for. The Knights are they with the lead they have with only under 5 minutes left. It's very unlikely for Carthage College to make any kind of comeback. But just getting all their players in that don't necessarily get to play as much a chance to play. But there was a great play there where the ball was caught right on the crease and put away basically while it was still in air. It looks like a little players, going at each other here.
Yeah, things getting a little chippy, especially after that score.
Yeah, there was a hit on I believe it was number 11, but with that in air, basically as he was shooting, he got hit and didn't like that. But as long as the gloves are close together and he has possession of the ball, it's perfectly legal as long as it's to the chest and to the front of the body. So even if you're in the air, it's one of those things that, we want to protect the players, but if it's a legal hit, it's a legal hit.
Obviously, a lot of frustration built up by number 11, Noah Linder, who was able to get that score. His team being down by 13, and getting a hit like that, like you mentioned, being very legal. In any game where something like that happens, it's very easy to get frustrated. So what he needs to figure out, and what both teams need to figure out here in this situation, to make sure to keep themselves level-headed and just to finish out this game, just about 4 minutes left. Mishandled pass there is picked up initially by number 27, Caleb Traverse, excuse me. And almost a dangerous pass back to the goal, and it's taken away by Carthage College yet again.
Great save there.
And scooped in. That is by number 29. That is Gavin Kaepernick. As number 26, the goalkeeper for SVU, Morgan Dunn, dove out and lunged at the ball, but then Kaepernick was able to scoop it up and put it right back into the net.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate. Like when in the situation like that, a lot of times we call those kind of a garbage goal, just because goalie makes a great save and then the ball drops right in front of you in crease and just it happens to be picked up by the opposing team, and then from there they just pick it up and score. Just because that's typically what you call in lacrosse, a garbage goal. Just because it's one of those situations where it's all unsettled, not necessarily the goalie's fault in any way, shape, or form. Just they made a great save, and the offense ended up getting possession again right there on crease and able to have an easy shot.
So now with possession is number 13, Liam O'Connor for Carthage College. Just about 3 minutes left to play with a 12-point deficit. The Knights haven't really been able to have an offensive possession here in the past few minutes, but a timeout will be called by Carthage College just to settle some things out. And again, like you mentioned, with a 12-point deficit, things are kind of put away here, but Carthage College is looking to get as much out of it as they can here in these final few minutes of this game. With that, we'll take just a quick little break for this timeout, and we'll be right back in just a few moments. We welcome you back to the Night Sports Network, the free broadcasting program brought to you by the students of SVU. Here to this men's lacrosse game, again featuring your Knights of Southern Virginia University and Carthage College, where the Knights have taken a commanding lead throughout the second half and later in the second quarter, being 25-13, a 12-point lead right now, as Carthage College has gotten a couple of goals here in the past few minutes to bring things a little bit closer.
Yeah, and with that, the start of the possession, the Carthage player was trying to drive to the net, but the defensive player, I believe it was number 9, Bryce Kimber, his stick got caught up in the legs of the offensive player, which they're going to call that a tripping in this case, an offensive tripping with possession, and he's going to go to the box here for a man-up opportunity for Carthage, a man-down situation for the Knights.
So, of course, Carthage College looking to take full advantage of this situation. Just about 2.5 minutes left to play in this one.
Oh, correction. That was number 8, Michael Capos, who the penalty was on.
So, again, Carthage working with it now. Indy zone to the outside, tries to pass it inside, and a great goal for Carthage College. That was by number 29, Gavin Kaepernick.
Yeah, he was just found wide open on crease. We had whoever it was right there at the top right who faked like he was going to take a shot. We had 3 defenders on the Knights that all bit on that to kind of go out there and defend that, and left him wide open on crease for a one-on-one with the goalie. And with that, the penalty is released, and we're back to even.
And so the Knights' lead is whittled down to 11, which is still a very substantial lead here. The Knights looking to finally get an offensive possession. They haven't really had one the past few moments. And in the faceoff is number 2, Seth Brown for the Knights, the senior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. But possession will go to Carthage. And working with it now is number 8, John Farina Morelos.
Yeah, and with the Knights out there, they're like we were saying, that we have some of the players that don't get as much play time as typically the starting lineups do. So we do expect some more mistakes being made. Trying to get some of that experience. And here we can see, just the Knights are trying to figure out, what they're doing here a little bit and make sure that they have some good defense.
The mishandled possession here. It's taken away by SVU, but then taken right back by number 41, Colin Poitras. And a diving shot there for Carthage College, and it'll whittle this lead down to just 10 points.
Yeah, that was number 11, Noah Linder from X, taking the got the pass and then was able to drive. Kind of did an ISO play there and got that low angle and went for a diving shot and was able to get it.
And so that brings the lead for SVU to 25-15. Just about a minute and 20 seconds left in this game. Again, not a whole lot doing for Carthage. Just a great opportunities to get some good plays in there, some great shots. I mean, you'd have to have a couple of really quick and successful possessions in a row to really talk about them having a comeback here.
Well, I mean, at this point, the game is pretty much, it's really, there's no way, with a minute 20 left, with 10 goals down, there's not a whole lot you can do to come back from that. At this point, they're just, everyone out there on the field, especially for the Knights, are out there for experience. You have for Carthage, you still have a lot of their starters out on the field. So with that, you have the Knights that are just, getting players out there that don't typically get to play, and so we're just seeing how what kind of experience can they get to kind of build their
timeout, Carthage.
What they need to do. And Carthage here is taking another timeout. Going to discuss what they want to do here in the last minute of play.
Yeah, with 57 seconds left in this fourth quarter, like you said, not a whole lot you can do, but just try to talk some things through with your starters and try to figure out a good offensive scheme here. And that's what's been impressive to me with Carthage College right now, is they continue to have these great plans put together for these offensive possessions despite the deficit that they face, and just continuing to try to find creative ways to score. I mean, obviously, if you're down, you want to get some points on the board. You want to make sure that you either make the game manageable or you just want to get some great positivity from the game, and they've done a really great job of that so far.
Yes, they have.
And if you're Coach Jason Lamb, again, He was very proud of the team effort you've had today. Again, you've had many players for SVU getting on the scoreboard. Up to about 9 players getting on the board for SVU. I mean, you've had players like Zach Danneman, who's had 7 goals, Sean Lamb with 6, Chandler Westcott with 3 goals, 5 assists, and the list goes on with multiple different players having 2 and 1 goal apiece. And so again, your team spread the ball out quite a bit, had some great shots, had some great highlights, especially with some shots from Sean Lamb and from Westcott, and the shot earlier where it was the high-low transition behind the back, basically. And so a lot of great takeaways for the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights have had some really good opportunities this game. They've done very well. I mean, obviously we're down to the last 30 seconds, and everyone's just, they're going to definitely celebrate this one. They had a really good showing here, a lot of good offensive possessions here, and definitely, the starting defense had a really good job in, stopping Carthage from being able to get anything going. Other than those first, basically 3 points, unanswered points at the beginning of the game, there hasn't really been a time that the Knights haven't been dominating since then.
And that's a score by number 47, Clayton Smith, with just about 16 seconds left in this game. He makes it a single-digit game, 25-16. And we talk about SVU's defense and offensive successes today. It's a great way to end a 4-game losing streak. You've had a little bit of trouble on those sides of the field, and especially with the face-offs and winning those. And so the Knights, with this win, will move on to 4-5 on the season, and with this loss, Carthage will move on to 6-2. Again, still a very respectable team, a great team in the Illinois Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And so a great win overall for SVU as Carthage gets the win on the face-off. Just about 10 seconds left. And looks like this game will just be ended with a mad scramble for the ball. 2-1, and that'll be it for this one here at the Fields. And again, the Knights move on to 4-5 on the season, Carthage to 6-2. The Knights end their 4-game losing streak, and Carthage College finds an end to their 2-game winning streak. And join us next time for men's lacrosse on the 19th when they face off against Hendricks. And the Knights again looking to improve or get a consecutive win here at home. And again, on behalf of myself, Dawson Widrick, and Josh Nielsen and the Knights Sports Network, made up of the students of SVU bringing you this live broadcast for free, we thank you so much for joining us, and go Knights.